Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at the top altcoins for May picked by you as requested on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you do that. There's a link to it in the description down below. Follow me over there and you'll get updated with the news and other cryptocurrency content as we progress through the bull market. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, bell notification icon, beat the scammers here, and enjoy yourself in the comments section after the video. Let's dive into these three cryptocurrencies picked especially by you. Here's the post on my Twitter that I popped up yesterday. So the top three cryptos with the most likes will get featured. Nano came in at number one. That had a hell of a lot of likes and it seemed very organic as well. So Nano is the first project we're going to have a look at. As I said, follow me on Twitter if you want to be involved with these requests coming up. Nano has got a rank of 90, market cap of 1.3 billion, circulating supply is all out, and it's 133 million. Now, I think people get excited because they see the chart of Nano, and it was around $32 back in 2017, 2018 at the peak of the bull market, and we've currently hit a top of around $15 or so, currently sitting at about $10. And I think that sort of gets people excited, thinking maybe we could get back to that point. Maybe we could, maybe we're going to exceed it. But remember, the circulating supply was different at that time as well. I don't believe the entire circulating supply was released back in 2017. The other piece of the puzzle is that it is fast, feeless. It's the next best thing. It's the DAG cryptocurrency. And this was a big rage in 2017, especially when IOTA brought it out, or I think IOTA may have been the second one. But essentially, IOTA had the most market share and the most advertising around being a DAG, and that it's going to overtake proof of work because it is fee-free. That's kind of the main thing that you hear when it comes to Nano. Nano is trustless, feeless, low latency cryptocurrency, so it's super fast and it's free. Now, if you wanted to trade this, you can get it on SwiftX in Australia. Link to SwiftX is in the description. Use that, you get $10 of Bitcoin for free by signing up and verifying your account. And Binance is also a link to that in the description down below, so you can also trade this on Binance. Now, over to the chart. Looking at our fibs, we'll put a fib on here and it works really well with the 50%. So you guys are now starting to use that, which is fantastic. And you're seeing how well the tool works as a potential buy opportunity in a bull market. Now, if it gets into a bear market, it doesn't work as well. At least you'll see the 50%, and I'll bring out the tool. We can have a look at that. You'll see the 50%, but we're not going to continue pushing up because we're in a bear market. I'm not saying we're in a bear market now for Nano, but that is what happens. So, anchor to the low, anchor it to the next high. This is the 50% level here, the red line through the middle. You can see how the market bounces off the 50%, and it would have been a fantastic buy area. So if this was something that you were looking to accumulate, you can anchor it to the major low, major high, and then look for a 50% retracement. So we're not using this tool here, top down, because that low is about 56%, and then to the 50% line it's like 44%. This is just measuring the range, not from the top to zero. We're not looking to go to zero here. We're just measuring a price range. Okay, so 50%, fantastic areas of support, and then it started to accumulate and hold up and move up again after it found support on the 61%. So it's the 38% down, 61% support from the bottom. Now, as this continues to move to the next top. We've failed on the next break, so we moved to a new all-time high as we broke out, and then, or new recent high, not all-time high because the all-time high was around $30. And then as it failed to come back to the all-time high, it bounced dead on 50% again, went sideways, bounced on 50% again, 50% accumulation zone. That's a pretty good buy. You know, that's as low as you're going to get it in this bull market. And then it accumulated again, bounced, went for a new all-time, new recent high, and it was huge volume. So this kind of puts me off Nano just because of how much volume came in and there was no follow through. So if you can start to put a chart and mix it with the feelings of the market, this is the science, it's the numbers and the maths, and then you can mix it with the feelings, the emotions of people, what's going on in these days. Think about the 17th, or this is the 17th, 18th, sorry, of April. I'll get my words out. That's because I'm on a 2-day chart up here just to remove some of the noise. Think about what was going on that day if you can remember. If you were in Nano, it's only 2 weeks ago. and what was going on. Now, he didn't get any follow through. So a lot of trading activity. It's not a lot of just buyers. It's the trading activity. That's what the volume measures. And so all the trading activity is happening on these 2 days alone. And then the market fell. If there was actually a demand for it, the market should continue to move up and not just be a burst of energy on 1 or 2 days and then die off. That's what a sustained move looks like. Think about Ethereum. Ethereum has been going up and up and up, and we're continuing to see a sustained move to the upside. So Nano, that's the thing in Nano that sort of puts me off at the moment, just seeing those 2 days. But we are seeing some accumulation again above the $7 level, which it bounced off, which was the old highs. And then we're getting the accumulation above the old highs. So if we now move this to the high, guess what? We bounced off the 50% again. We had basically one, maybe two closes under there, but definitely one close. And then we've bounced on the 50 and we've moved up again. The trade on here, we want to get above these levels and close, right? This is a level of around $12 because that's where the highs are. That's where the highest close has been so far. And then the old high is at $14.40. So from that point, if we can get above that and close, then it looks like we might have some more room to run on this trade. If not, we'll probably go sideways for a little bit more and then retest these lows. So there's a bullish and a bearish case to it. It's getting very late in the trend. Like if you just put a chart on for yourself, scroll out, we've come from 70 cents, and in March it came from about 30 or 25 cents, now at $10. So it's not like it can't go further, but look at the gains from people who are buying up in 2020. Later in the year, the first lot of gains, we're getting 600%. Then to the next push to the upside, 1,000%. Now to the most recent push, somewhere around nearly 2,000%. All right, so that's what people who are holding it back here are getting. Now, if you're just coming into the market at $10 to get back to that high, you're only looking at like 30 or 40%. Move that across, that's all you got, 40%. So the risk is really getting up there for the reward. The risk is the downside, so all the chart area underneath, and the reward is above. So the reward, first target I'm looking at is $23. So the reward is potentially 100, 120%. Not saying we're going to get there, but we've got to get through $20, which is another psychological level. Then we've got to get to our first target up here at $23. So $20 is the 100%. Let's take this off. We're measuring this major range to a major low here. That's the entire 100% of that range to this point. So it's just getting kind of late in this move. I'm not saying it can't go up. I'm not saying it can't do anything, right? But the risk to reward is just getting a bit up there. But that's the entire crypto space at the moment. So people are starting to get desperate across the board, and this will ultimately lead to the demise into the bear market. But that's probably a long way off. We've still got a lot of time in this bull. The other thing I wanted to note here is the 9 weeks that it's taken to go from the high to the breakout. So if this happens to go sideways for a bit, I could expect maybe half of this time, because we know 50% work quite well. So I'm going to measure from here, and half of 9 weeks is 63 days. So half of that's about 31, 32 days. So measure across to about 32 days. That brings us right to the peak of this triangle that we've got on the chart here at around 19th of May. So somewhere in the middle of May is probably the last piece that I would think that we'd be in this pattern. It could go sooner or later, but we just need a bit of a roadmap. That's all I'm doing here. So now that you understand that, I'll go through the other charts a little quicker. So that's about half that time. Potentially we get a breakthrough or a breakout in that time. That would be ideal. Nano, it's possible. We've seen things go crazy with Dogecoin, and that just keeps going. But I think these are starting to, this is the only thing that really concerns me. We've seen a huge volume, and we just need some time to reaccumulate, get some solid foundations before we start to moving it. Otherwise, it's going to look a little weak, in my opinion. Hedera hash graph is number 2. This was another one that came up a lot in the comments. A lot of people liked it. You'll see the posts that I've got here from the tweets. Rank 55, market cap, basically double that of Nano, so 2.7 billion. Now, Hedera Hashgraph has got some, they've got partners and people that are working on it. The platform is owned and governed by a council of global innovators, including Avery, Boeing, Germany, Telecom, Google, IBM, LG Electronics. So a lot of big names in this one. So I can see why people are very interested in Hedera. And this is on Binance. So yeah, you can buy it on Binance or trade it on Binance, and you can also trade it on SwiftX. It's under the ticker symbol of H bar. Just wait for my computer to catch up, and there it is, Hedera hash graph. Now let's take a look at Hedera on the charts. Now I've got a weekly chart on here just to remove some of the noise. So this has taken off since December, and we've gone straight up to 45 cents from the low at around 3 cents. So pretty big gains for the people who bought only like 4 or 5 months ago. Keep that in mind. In terms of a percentage, we are looking at a bit short of that. So around 1,400, 1,500% returns just from that point. And of course, Hedera was much lower through 2020 as well. January 2020, we're down at not even 1 cent. So massive, massive gains for these guys. Keep that in mind as well. Now, we've got the purple area on the chart here because we haven't had much trading volume in this range. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this area here. Now, you can see the price burst through it, and it hasn't really tested this zone between 15 and 25 cents. That's why I tend to look at these areas as potential accumulation zones, because the market likes to test price ranges before it takes off. You can see it's doing it here. Sometimes it just bursts through these areas, it's had enough, and it will just reaccumulate higher. So I've got this on my watch list here in case it does come back to this area. I'm not saying I'm going to buy this, but this is the way I would look at this token, this coin. And pretty much from this point, I've got around a 50% level, which I like. We've seen a bounce off that. Again, it's from the major low, major top, 50% level. Great. We're seeing a bounce from that. That's a good sign so far. So maybe in this region is an accumulation zone, but there's really no sign of it going up from this point just yet. But it looks a little better, in my opinion, than Nano, just because I like the setup a bit more. Nano just seemed a little bit tired at this point as it continues to try and push to these new highs, whereas H-bar might have a bit of accumulation to do at these levels. Otherwise, we're going to sit back into this zone and find our way forward from this point. Looking forward, if we're looking for some price projections, we just leave our fib on it here, and then we project the 61% of this range on top of the high, brings us out at around 72 cents. So the returns aren't really that crash. They're about the same as Nano, about 110, 120% to that 161% level. And then as we go further up, we've got the 2 times level, which is nearly 90 cents. So I can imagine the narrative here is, can H-bar go to $1? Can we get to $1? Those returns aren't that good considering the risk to the downside. That's about 200% return. The downside from this point could lose anywhere from about 50%. These are all just probabilities, and at the moment, I think we could probably get pretty far up the rankings with H-bar, but I want to see a little bit more time play out here, a little bit more consolidation. Volume is looking good. Out of the picks so far, I would probably pick H-bar over Nano, but there's still no confirmation for me just yet. On to our third and final coin, and that is GODB. Now, there was a lot of comments on this and a lot of likes. It's a very small cap, so I suspect maybe it's some people from the community because I have talked about it before, and maybe they're following me and they've looked at it, so I won't spend too much time on Geo. We'll have a look at it here, and it's basically just been on a massive decline since the top here on the 29th of March from close to $3, now sitting at 67, 68 cents. So it hasn't been looking too good, but the upside to that is when it starts to head down, these are the times that we want to be buying so we can get these bursts up. So the lows may be coming in. At least we're seeing higher lows. Here we've got a low at around 20 cents, the next low at 50 cents. We're at 68 cents at the moment. Should this break down, then I'm probably not looking too good at Geo. Like, I'm not liking the trade because I don't want to see the support levels get taken out, especially after such massive runs. It just means that we're going to have a long accumulation if we ever move up again. So Geo is looking a little bit tough at this point, but I'm obviously keeping my eye on it because it's something that I like long term because of what they're doing. It's a data coin. They're trying to decentralize the data and then get paid to distribute your data. So if I'm using the internet, I can do it anonymously and I can get paid for the company to use my data and I guess provide it to other companies. So it's in a big data sharing ecosystem. So that's Geo. Now, we've seen Ethereum hit to new all-time highs today, $3,000, $3,027 with a high of $3,029 on Coinbase. We'll keep tracking that. I'll do some other videos on that, but I'll keep to these three of your picks for May. Now, I want to jump across to some of the coins which you had mentioned. I'll have a quick look at them. They got some likes, but they just didn't make it to the top three. We've got TrueFi. It sounded interesting. A market cap of 100 million. The chart at the moment, it's looking okay. In terms of a max, we're on the way up again. So that's a little different to what we've seen with the other tokens. They're all on the way down or sideways accumulation after big peaks, whereas True is on the move. That's kind of what you want to see. It's the first signs of a potential breakout. That's all. Some good volume. So True is a reasonable mention there. Thank you for that, guys, on Twitter. The other one here is Phoenix DAO. And this looks like it's on the way down. This had a few likes. Some people had quite a few likes, actually. And it's at a $9 million market cap, rank 1100, on the way down. So I think we'll probably try to retest these levels at 10 cents and go from there. But I probably wouldn't be buying at this point. It's only on Uniswap. Same with True. I believe that's just on... it's on Binance as well, so you can check out True on Binance. That's a lot easier, but it's also on Uniswap if you want that. Of course, SushiSwap and Gate.io. Now to the third one is Signata. I have not heard of this. This is just trending sideways, possibly an accumulation area, but you'd have to just be patient with this. It's only a new coin out as well. It's only been not even a month yet. It looks like it's a little bit of a sideways. This is the times when no one wants to talk about something. They're just not interested. They always want to buy stuff when it's at a peak. But this is the sort of pattern that you want to look for. On to a couple of scams, which people mentioned in the comments so that you guys are aware of them. I'll mention this one first, very briefly. This definitely looked like a scam. It's not on CoinGecko, nothing. It is called EV. I just wanted to bring it up because this is probably going to be a big one coming up. Electric vehicle DC, and it's a token. It's probably going to try and scam people like we're doing some great things for the environment. This token is going to be used across all electric vehicles, which is obviously what EV stands for. I'm pretty sure it's a scam. I'll show you the Twitter. I would have put up the Twitter post already. Hundreds, well, a lot of likes, dozens and dozens of likes, a lot of retweets. I assume it went to the community. Sorry guys, if you're not a scam, I just can't find you anywhere, and it sounds very much like a scam. I'm happy to be proven otherwise, okay? The other one is us. Now, apart from the great Instagram pics of us, obviously this is just another Ponzi scheme because it's forked off of SafeMoon. So I don't think they're trying to do anything revolutionary here. They know it's a scam. They talk about it like it's a scam or a Ponzi scheme, just something fun. And they have a fantastic website and it just looks like something that you can throw your money in and maybe get a return. Otherwise, just expect to lose all of it. So if you want to get some ass, that's the whole gist of it, right? You get to say, I can get some ass. Then I guess you got to get it on PancakeSwap. I hope you enjoyed a look at your top 3 picks for May. My pick out of those is HBAR. I like that the most. Nano has the potential. Geo, we'll see. I think that it's going to need a lot longer until we can take off, but Geo is very low market cap at the moment as well, sitting at 14 million, so there's a lot of upside potential. HBAR, I like this pattern the most, probably some downside. Let's start to make some moves up and head towards our target of that fantastic looking $1. Thank you very much for your time today. Be sure to subscribe, like the video up if you want to see more of these, more viewer requests. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to see the daily Q&As, ask your questions over there, and the portfolio, and of course Twitter so that you can get your requests in for these sorts of videos. I might do them a little more regularly. You guys let me know, of course, by liking, subscribing, bell notification icon. Newsletter link is down below, free newsletter, so drop your email address down there. I'll catch you guys at the next video. Until then, have more fun to get more done.